This video is sponsored by BugCrowd. BugCrowd is the solution for helping organisations find and secure vulnerabilities in their services. It works by having a crowd of security researchers work independently or together for bug bounty rewards, which can be a simple thank you or up to $25,000 per bug. BugCrowd works with massive companies such as 1Password, Tesla, MasterCard, Western Union, Spotify and many more. So if you're looking to catch some bugs, earn some money, or improve your bug hunting skills, give BugCrowd a try at bugcrowd.com/jacktutorials. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video tutorial. We're kind of in that stage now, just after Christmas, where it's between Christmas and New Year, and you're not really sure what to do with yourself. So I'm kind of in that kind of mood, but I do want to get this video out to you guys, because I said I was going to. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be playing around with the LAN turtle, and we're actually going to be doing the snagging credentials from a locked Windows PC with it, because there isn't actually many, if at all, videos or kind of guides on how to actually do this step by step with proven results, and that is the you plug in this USB LAN turtle onto a locked Windows PC and it will give you the credentials. Now we say credentials because they are hashed in Windows' own encryption, which is NTLM. In my case, the Windows 10 one I was using NTLM v2, but we are going to be playing around with it now. I don't think I've ever shown off the LAN turtle on this channel before, but essentially the LAN turtle is a USB Ethernet adapter, and what it does is it acts as a man-in-the-middle device that you can SSH into and do all kinds of stuff, but it will provide you with internet access as well as be able to track traffic and such, and you connect to it via SSH and you get this nice little this nice little SSH GUI. And it's pretty good for what it is. I mean, it's so simple to use, and it can just do man-in-the-middle attacks, DNS spoofing, all kinds of stuff. And today we're going to steal credentials with it. Now this comes from this guy here, who's called what's his name again? I keep forgetting. His name is Rob. Yeah, his name is Rob. He goes by the name Mubix, and he's got 11 years of experience in information security. He's worked with the US Marine Corps, the Senate, and the Pentagon, and he does the Metasploit Minute on the Hack5 channel, and he's the one who came up with this idea, does all the research, and then Darren actually took the idea and put it onto the rubber ducky. Not the rubber ducky, the LAN turtle. So essentially what this is I've got up, because I know you guys like to see where I find my information from, so I've got this up as well. But essentially what happens is when you plug in the device, because of how Windows is now, the machine does have to be locked. It can't be logged out, it has to be locked, so bear that in mind. So but in the real world, people I do at work, and a lot of other people at my work do this. They lock their PC, they don't log out, they lock it, Windows key and L. But basically it says, because USB is plug and play, this means that even if the system is locked out, the device still gets installed. Now, I believe there are restrictions on what types of devices are allowed to install at a locked out state on your operating systems, such as Windows 10. But Ethernet/LAN is definitely on the whitelist. So obviously the LAN turtle, its HID ID is, it acts as a network adapter. That's what it is. But computers are constantly generating traffic, even if you don't have any browsers or applications open, and most computers trust their local network for some reason. It says, I know the technical bits on why, just complaining. And it says network preferences when there are more than gateway or network connections is based on metrics. On Windows, a combination of metrics and preferences on OS X. But by default, wired or newer/faster always win out. So I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but if you are connected to a wireless network on a laptop or something like that, and you plug in a USB or a USB LAN or even a LAN cable to that, it will automatically switch to the LAN, because faster is better and all that. That's how it works. That's how Windows works. So for right now, if this PC was connected to wireless and I plugged in the LAN turtle, it would default to the LAN turtle because it is theoretically an Ethernet cable. So that's how this is the exploit, essentially. And it says this means that by plugging in the device, it quickly becomes a gateway, a DNS server, and a WPAD server, also, and others thanks to the responder. And then it says the average time for a freshly inserted and to a locked workstation is about 13 seconds. It took about 3 minutes for me, but eventually it did do it. And like it says, it does come down to it depends on the system. So I googled what WPAD is, and this is the Web Proxy Auto Discovery Protocol, which is used by clients to locate the URL of the configuration file using DHCP. Of course, DHCP gives the IP address to the machine. But enough talking, enough chitter chatter. Let's go ahead and actually look into this. So I have the LAN Turtle plugged into my system, so I can show you that. Network connections, and I go to LAN Turtle here. I've called it LAN Turtle, so this is the normal cable that's plugged in, and this is the LAN Turtle. The LAN Turtle is connected to my PC via USB, and there's also an additional Ethernet cable plugged into the LAN Turtle. So there are technically two networks on my computer. I've got one here and one here. We use PuTTY, which is an SSH. It can connect to a variety of different things, but most commonly, you will find it used to be connect to SSH servers. So the IP address of the LAN Turtle is 172.16.84.1. That will not change. So it's the same for every LAN Turtle. I guess they picked the IP addresses just because it's a static IP that is very unlikely to be used, if that makes sense. So it wouldn't ever get taken over by something else. And the default username and password is root, and the password is shells, but shells sh3 LLZ. So I'll just show you guys how that is spelt. So it's sh3 LLZ, like that. I have changed the password because I've logged in before. So just log into the SSH, and this is what you will get. So you've got to configure the LAN Turtle and module configuration. So just hit the down arrow and click on module configuration. This is completely keyboard driven, and you can browse around you can use the corresponding letters that have been read to move, or you can just use the arrow keys. It's up to you. So go click on modules, and then click on the module manager. So you can see that I currently have no modules installed, and go to configure, click on directory, and then it's going to say, do you want to connect to lanturtle.com? Go ahead and press yes. And this is the list of all the different modules you can install on your LAN Turtle. Now, the ones that we want two of these. So we want SSHFS, which is the SSH file systems. So basically, you can try. It's basically file like FTP of SSH. So just press spacebar in there, and it'll put asterisks in. And we also want quick creds. There we go. And go ahead and hit OK, and that's going to install the two modules SSHFS and quick creds. We will need SSHFS because we want to get the log file back from the system. So there you go. These are the two modules now. You can see we've got Quick Creds, Module Manager, and SSHFS. So just click on Quick Creds for now, and you can see that mine's running. So let's just go ahead and stop and disable that. So this is Quick Creds, and what it says is snagging creds from locked machines created by Mubix at room362.com. It implements a responder attack and saves creds to numbered directories in the root/loot file. The LED will blink rapidly while Quick Creds is running. Upon capture of the NTLM hash, the amber LED will light solid. So the author is Hack5Darren, and the credit is to Mubix. So basically they work together on this to bring it to the LAN Turtle. So if you just go, I went a bit faster then. So if you just go along to configure, and it's going to say, do you want to install dependencies and configure quick creds? An internet connection is required for installation. Go ahead and press yes. And it'll say the quick creds module is already configured. That is what it will say to me, as I've already ran this before, because like I said, it takes 3 minutes for it to do, and I've already recorded the footage of it getting it, so I'm doing this ahead of time. But for you, it's going to start getting stuff and installing them. Don't worry about it. And then once it comes up with this screen, just go ahead and press enter. And when you get back to this screen, click enable, and then click start. And then once you'll say, if you're starting this module from the Turtle Shell menu, press Ctrl+C to return. So now what you can do is unplug the LAN Turtle. So you can see there, software cause connection abort, and you can go ahead and plug that into a locked PC. So I already have footage of that. And then, you'll see that there is a blinking LED. So to actually start the attack, all you need to do is plug it into a locked Windows PC, and that LED will start blinking. Now, you've got to wait for the device to actually be detected, the driver installed, and then connected to, because when you plug it in originally, it's going to try and identify and do all that kind of shit, and then eventually it will detect it, install the driver, and then the LED will actually start blinking. Now, if you're watching this in 1080p 60 FPS, you will see that LED does blink pretty quickly. And then after a couple of minutes, for me, it can take anywhere between 30 seconds to 90 seconds. So for me, it was definitely on that 3-minute mark. But eventually, that LED will go solid amber, and that means that the capture files have been created that will contain the hashes. And then from there, you can just unplug the LAN turtle, and you'll be all good. You don't have to touch the machine at all. You can see in the background, I am touching the machine. That is just to make sure that the battery was still charged, because it wasn't running. And yeah, so once the LED goes fully solid, that means that the capture files have been created, and you can go ahead and unplug the device. So once you've actually gone ahead and the LED has obviously gone solid, it means that the attacks work. So I'm going to plug this back into my machine, and we're going to putty back into it again. So just when it finishes saying identifying, and we can find the log files, see if we actually got a log file or not, and then we can get it off there using FileZilla. So FileZilla, of course. While it's doing that, if we just go to FileZilla, this is the free FTP solution. So this is the homepage of FileZilla. It is probably one of the best FTP browsers on the internet. I have never used any other FTP client. I always use FileZilla. So that's free. I'll leave a link to it in the description. And we are now configured here, so we can open up Putty and connect back to the turtle. So the password is root, and there we go, logged in. And then what we'll do is go ahead and press Control-C. Actually, what we should do first, if you just type turtle to get back into that menu, what we should do first is disable quick creds from running. So we'll just click disable and stop. And we'll drop out of here into, oh god, what am I doing? That's fine. What we'll do now is we'll drop out into the terminal just with Control-C. And if you do ls, you can see there's a folder called loot. So do cd loot. And inside of here is a number of different files. For you, there might be 1, 2, maybe 3. For me, there's obviously more because I haven't deleted the log files from the previous attack. Just to give you guys a little background, I didn't, when I said I was going to unplug this and put it in, I didn't because I've already got that footage recorded. I don't need to do it again. So I believe my log file is in number 5. So go to whichever one has got the 5 in. The log file is these bits here. So you can see proxy off, and HTTP NTLM v2. So those two both have the credentials in them. So if I just do cat and do proxy, you can see there, those are the hashes. Now, I'll tell you right now that the password is password. But those are the hashes for, this is what an NTLM hash looks like. What else did we have in that file? So if we just cat out the SMB v2, you can see that's for a different PC. It's actually got that from SMB, which is obviously the file. What's that? I can't remember what that is, but that's how Windows communicates. So you can see, if I just go here, you can see that Media PC is these two here, these two files. So that's actually a capture file from a different PC, and I didn't even plug it into that machine. So that's kind of cool. And then we also have the proxy off, HTTP, LT, and also another one here. So those are all captured files that it's got from the network. So what we can do then is we'll just go back to the root folder and we'll type in turtle, and then we'll go to modules, we'll go to SSHFS, we'll go to configure, and then configure yours to look like mine. So mine's 172.168.4.1, the port number of 22, the user of root, and the path is going to be root. And once you've done that, go ahead and tab down to submit and press enable, and also press start. And then it's going to glitch out at this point. It's going to be like, for the first time, do you want to do this? Just type yes and enter, and then type in the password for the root user. And you can see that that has started, which is good. You see that we are started, and I can just open up FileZilla, which obviously opens up on the other screen. There we go. Let's just make this like more manageable, something like that. So the host name is 172.16.84.1, the username of root, the password of my password, and the port number of 22. You can see that the directory listing of root is successful, so we can actually go in that loot folder now, and we can get the log files from here. So you can see that there's lots of log files here. There's even one here. Let's see what this one is. I don't know. So there's log files here. These are all the log files, but these are all containing them hashes that we can put into a program such as Hashcat or John the Ripper. Any of them will do. So that's actually got a password for the work group. You know, it's just logged. It's grabbed all of these. So those are your hashes, so that you can do whatever you please with them. Now the problem is that this machine, Windows machine, is called Jack PC, and my laptop's also called Jack PC, which is annoying. But anyway, let's open up VMware and I'll show you how you'd go about cracking them. Now, I've never actually cracked one of these before because it was throwing out errors and stuff. What we'll do is we'll just save all of these and we'll put them in a new folder on the desktop for later use. And that's all good. So we'll just log into my Kali machine. So now we're actually going to do the cracking of this. So you can use, like I said, Hashcat, or you can use John the Ripper. It does come down to a word list based attack, so I don't think it's anything really simple to crack. Windows has really cracked down on their security with that. That was really funny. So we'll open up Hashcat, and what I'm going to do is just simply drag and drop the files that I saved. Where were those? I'll just get them open on this screen. It's too bad I can't record all the different screens that I've got. It'd be kind of useful. So we'll just get these files. There we go. And these files now are going to be on the Linux machine. So retry. There we go. Those are all of our hashed files that we can now do what we wish with. So I don't know if you guys have ever used Hashcat before, but essentially do Hashcat and then specify the mode. So the mode, I believe, is 5600. Mode LTM v2. You can tell which kind of hash it is if you've got NTLM v1 or v2 because it just says it in the log file. You can see that all these are v2s. -m 5600, and then you need to specify the word list and the directories. So we'll do root desktop word lists rocku, and then we'll also specify the file that we're going to actually break. So we'll do the HTTP one. See if that'll load. Skipping line. Why are you skipping the lines? I think I might have put them the wrong way around. -m/desktop HTTP, and then we need to specify our word list. Rocku.txt. There you go. So this is the problem I was running into. You can see that it successfully sees that it is a hash, added hashes from the file, we've got 2 hashes with 2 salts, and then it says all hashes have been recovered because the password is only password, but it's not showing me what that is. But essentially this is how this attack would work. Mine's just kind of fucked. Let's try, we'll try instead of that one, we'll change it to the SMB, see what it finds from there. SMB V. See what it can do. So yeah, unfortunately that's not working, but that's not what this video is. I'm showing you how you can get these credentials, not actually how to crack them. I might do a video on how cracking them, but it doesn't really fit with what I'm wanting to do. I'm just wanting to show you guys how you can get these hashes. So yeah, that does bring me to the end of this video. Slightly longer, but it gives you something to watch. But if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If anyone knows why it's doing this, all hashes have been recovered but not actually giving me the output here, I would love to know if you could leave a comment. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I upload every Monday, every Wednesday and every Saturday. I might have something new coming. It depends what you guys think of it. And yeah, so don't forget, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed.